In this problem, we're told that a survey of 65 customers was taken at a bookstore regarding the types of books purchased. And then they give us information about the types of books, mysteries, science fiction, and romance. So I'm going to create a Venn diagram to figure out how all of these relate to each other. So since we have 3 different types of books, I need 3 circles interlocking and then a box around them. And that box represents the set of all books that were purchased. And let's see. So I'm going to label these. And we have mysteries, science fiction, and romance. And I usually start at the end of the description of how many are in each category. So here we're told that 4 purchased all 3 types of books. So I put that in the center because that's where all 3 sets overlap. And then we go back to 8 purchased sci-fi and romance. So that means that we're looking in this particular area, the overlap between sci-fi and romance. Now we already have 4 in that area, so I'm going to put another 4 to make the total for that area 8. And then I'm going to go through and do the same thing with the other 2 sets of overlapping book types. Oops. So we have 11 purchased mystery and romance, and we already have counted 4, so that leaves 7. And then 19 purchased mysteries and science fiction. We already counted 4. So that leaves 15. So now I'll look at 22 purchased romance novels. So for romance, we already have 7 plus 4 plus 4, which gives me 15. And then I subtract that from the 22, and I get 7. Okay. And what's next? 33 for sci-fi. Okay, so sci-fi, we already had 15 plus 4 plus 4, which makes 23. So if we subtract that from 33, we get 10. And there you go there. And then mysteries, we already have 15 plus 4 plus 7, and that's 26. But there were 39 who purchased mysteries, so we subtract that 26 we've already counted from the 39, and that gives me 13. So now I'm going to add up all of those numbers. And I'm going to compare that to the 65 customers. So we have 13 plus 15 plus 10 plus 7 plus 4 plus 4 plus 7. And this adds up to, let's take a look, 60. So when I subtract that from the 65 customers, we get 5 who didn't purchase any of those. So that's what goes out in the universal set area that doesn't overlap with the other 3 sets. Okay, so now we can answer our questions here. So I'm going to take out these side notes. Oops. Okay, so how many customers purchased only mysteries? So that would be these 13. Because that's only mysteries and no other types, no sci-fi and no romance. And then 15 who purchased mysteries and science fiction, but not romance. So I'm looking at, let me see if I can erase that red that I had from before. This eraser is huge. Okay, so we're looking at mystery and sci-fi, but not romance, and that's going to be these 15. Because we're inside the circles of mystery and sci-fi, but we're outside the circle of romance. Okay. So next, we want to know how many customers purchased mysteries or science fiction. And there's two ways to go about this. What I can do is I can say, well, mystery or science fiction is everything within these two circles. But another way of looking at this is that we had 65 customers and there were 7 plus 5, so that's 12, who are not in the union of mystery and sci-fi, and that gives me 53 for that. And then finally, how many customers purchased mysteries or science fiction but not romance? So now again, we're looking at mysteries or science fiction, but I don't want to count anybody in the romance circle. So that would be 13 plus 15 plus 10. And that's 48. That took me a second. Okay, so that's how you would do those problems.